Hey everyone! Today's story is a creepy and disturbing tale from the dark web. Remember, there's no real proof that these events happened. These are personal stories from people who say they experienced them. The dark web is a strange and mysterious place where fact and fiction often mix. Some of these stories sound unbelievable, but to those who share them, the fear is real. As you listen, keep in mind that these are like urban legends, scary, mysterious, and a warning about the dangers hidden online. A single click can lead to the unknown. If you enjoy spooky stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more chilling tales. Stay safe out there. It started with a single click. A click that would change everything. I've always been drawn to the dark web. Not for illegal activities, but for the thrill of exploring the unknown. That night, I was bored, scrolling through forums filled with cryptic messages and shadowy offers. Then I found it, a site called The Auction. The page was simple, a black background with white text. Welcome to the auction. Tonight's item, your life. I laughed. It was obviously a scam, some edgy attempt to scare gullible people. But curiosity got the better of me. I clicked enter. The screen changed. A timer appeared, 59 minutes and 59 seconds. Below it, a bidding box. The current bid, 0.01 Bitcoin. I scoffed. Who would bid on someone's life? It had to be a joke. I typed in 0.02 Bitcoin just to see what would happen. The timer reset to an hour. I laughed again, took a screenshot, and closed the browser. It was just a stupid prank. But then, my phone buzzed. Bid accepted. You are now the highest bidder. I froze. My stomach churned. This wasn't supposed to happen. I hadn't even used real Bitcoin, just a fake wallet. I tried to brush it off, but the message lingered in my mind. The next morning, I woke up to another notification. 12 hours remain. Current bid, 0.03 Bitcoin. My heart raced. Someone else had bid. This wasn't a joke anymore. I opened the site again, my hands trembling. The timer was down to 11 hours 59 minutes and 59 seconds. I stared at the screen, unsure what to do. Then, a new message appeared in the chat box. You don't want to lose, do you? I slammed my laptop shut. This was insane. I needed to forget about it. But as the day went on, I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. My phone kept buzzing with updates. New bids, new messages. By evening, the bid was up to 0.5 Bitcoin. I tried to contact the site, but there was no support, no way to cancel. I even reached out to a tech-savvy friend, but they couldn't trace the site. It was like it didn't exist. That night, I received an email. Final hour. Do you value your life? I panicked. I didn't have that kind of money, but I couldn't let someone else win. I emptied my savings, borrowed from friends, and placed a bid of 1 Bitcoin. The timer reset. For a moment, I felt relief. But then, a new message appeared. Congratulations! You've won. My blood ran cold. Won? What did that mean? Before I could process it, my phone buzzed again. Your item will be delivered shortly. I stared at the screen, my mind racing. What had I done? I tried to close the site, but it wouldn't let me. The screen flickered and a new message appeared. Thank you for participating. The auction is now closed. I slammed my laptop shut and threw it across the room. This had to be a prank. It had to be. But then, I heard a knock at the door. My heart stopped. I crept to the door, peering through the peephole. No one was there. I opened it slowly, my hands shaking. On the ground was a small package, wrapped in plain brown paper. I picked it up, my stomach churning. Inside was a single item, a key. Attached to it was a note. "Your delivery is ready. Come and claim it." I didn't understand. What delivery? What was this key for? I turned it over in my hands, noticing an address engraved on the back. Against my better judgment, I decided to investigate. I drove to the address, my nerves on edge. It led me to an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of town. The place was dark, silent, and reeked of decay. I stepped inside, the key clutched in my hand. The air was thick with dust, and the only sound was the echo of my footsteps. At the center of the room was a large metal door. The key fit perfectly. I turned it, and the door creaked open. Inside was a single chair, facing a screen. The screen flickered to life, displaying a message. "Welcome to the auction. Your item has been delivered." I sat down, my heart pounding. The screen changed, showing a live feed of my apartment. My blood turned to ice. Someone was inside. Before I could react, the screen went black. A new message appeared. "Thank you for playing. The auction is now complete." I bolted from the warehouse, my mind racing. When I got home, the door was wide open. Everything was exactly as I'd left it, except for one thing. On my bed was a note. "Better luck next time." I collapsed to the floor, my mind spinning. What had I done? What had I unleashed? Then my phone buzzed again. "The auction reopens in 24 hours. Will you participate?" I stared at the message, my hands trembling. I didn't know what to do. But one thing was certain. This wasn't over. It started with a single link. A link that would change everything. I've always been curious about the dark web. Not for anything illegal, just the thrill of exploring the unknown. That night, I was bored, scrolling through forums filled with cryptic messages and shadowy offers. Then I found it. A post titled "The Red Room, Live Tonight." The description was vague, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Viewer discretion advised. Below it was a link and a countdown, 2 hours remaining. I hesitated. I'd heard rumors about red rooms, dark web streams where unspeakable acts were performed for paying viewers. I always thought they were urban legends, but something about this felt real. Curiosity got the better of me. I clicked the link. The page loaded slowly, revealing a black screen with a single line of text. "Access granted. Stream begins in 1 hour 59 minutes and 47 seconds. Below it was a chat box, already filling with messages from other users. "Is this real? I heard the last one was insane. How much to participate?" My stomach churned. This couldn't be real. It had to be a hoax, some sick joke. But as the countdown ticked down, I couldn't look away. When the stream finally began, my blood ran cold. The screen showed a dimly lit room, its walls stained with what looked like dried blood. In the center was a chair, and tied to it was a person, a young woman, gagged and trembling. A masked figure stood behind her, holding a knife. The chat exploded. "This is insane. How much to make her scream? I'll pay double if you cut her hair." I wanted to close the browser, to shut it all out, but I couldn't. I was frozen, my eyes glued to the screen. The masked figure leaned down, whispering something to the woman. She shook her head, tears streaming down her face. Then I noticed something that made my heart stop. The woman looked familiar. I leaned closer, my breath catching in my throat. It was her. Emily. A girl from my college. We'd taken a class together last semester. She'd disappeared a week ago, and the police had no leads. This wasn't a hoax. This was real. I grabbed my phone, my hands shaking as I dialed the police. But before I could hit call, a new message appeared in the chat. User 47, we see you. My blood turned to ice. User 47. That was me. I hadn't even entered a username. The site had assigned it to me. The masked figure on the screen turned toward the camera, as if looking directly at me. They raised a hand, pointing at the lens. Hello, User 47. The chat erupted with laughter. Looks like someone's in trouble. What did you do, 47? Better run while you can. I slammed my laptop shut, my heart pounding. This wasn't happening. It couldn't be. But as I sat there in the dark, my phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. You shouldn't have looked. I threw my phone across the room, my mind racing. What had I done? How had they found me? I thought I'd been careful. I'd used a VPN, Tor, everything. But it didn't matter. They knew who I was. The next morning, I woke up to another text. The Red Room thanks you for your participation. Your turn is coming. I tried to ignore it, to convince myself it was just a prank. But then things started happening. At first, it was small. My laptop would turn on by itself, displaying the Red Room countdown. My phone would buzz with messages from unknown numbers. We're watching. Don't run. You're next. Then it got worse. One night, I came home to find my front door slightly open. My stomach dropped. I knew I'd locked it before leaving. Heart pounding, I stepped inside. Nothing was stolen, but everything felt disturbed. My TV was on, displaying a frozen frame from the Red Room stream. I tried to call the police, but they didn't take me seriously. Red Rooms aren't real, they said. You've been watching too many horror movies. But I knew better. I'd seen Emily. I'd seen the fear in her eyes. Then, tonight, I received another text. The Red Room is live. Don't miss it. I didn't want to look, but I couldn't help myself. I opened the link, my hands trembling. The stream loaded, and my heart stopped. The room was the same, but the person tied to the chair wasn't Emily. It was me. I stared at the screen, my mind reeling. How was this possible? I was here, in my apartment. But the person on the screen looked exactly like me. Same clothes, same hair, same terrified expression. The masked figure stepped into view, holding a knife. They leaned down, whispering something to the me on the screen. Then they turned to the camera and spoke, their voice distorted. User 47, thank you for joining us. Let's begin. I slammed my laptop shut, but it was too late. The damage was done. I knew what was coming. My phone buzzed again. See you soon. I grabbed my keys and ran, not knowing where I was going, just knowing I had to get away. But as I reached my car, I noticed something in the back seat. A mask. And a knife.